Yo guys, Octavigon here, backing at you with yet another episode of Let's Build a Vanilla Minecraft server. So today what we are going to be working on is something different for a change. Instead of just really building the majority of this episode, I'm gonna try to actually get some really awesome redstone devices finally in here. But before I do that, I'm in the PvP, or I mean the survival spawn, and down inside the jungle temple I've made a few changes. Well, a kind of major one. So down here you can see we don't have a back wall anymore, and we did extend this place down quite a bit more, so that way it can fit the upgrade shop. So the upgrade shop consists of 2 pressure plates, well, 2 teleport locations. One tells you how long you've been on the server, like I displayed in episode 2, I believe, and the other pressure plate upgrades you to the next rank. Now the sign's up here that says upgrade to newbie, and it was 10 hours online and 100,000 coins, and for amateur 200,000 and 20 hours. That was way too long, because then when you got all the way to godly, it was 50 hours on, I believe, and 500,000 coins. So yeah, that's no longer like that. It's now only 250,000 coins and 25 hours on. So just about playing on the server for a day, you'd be able to upgrade to the godly rank. But so yeah, it's not hooked up. As you can see, I can step on these, nothing will happen. And what these signs down here are for is I'm going to display what you get an advantage for upgrading. So it's not just going to be a cool title, but what you get for upgrading leads me to what we are going to be working on today for the majority of this episode. So if I go back to spawn, you can see, okay, casual, casual, casual. Oh, but back here we now have this decline in elevation. So you just come on down here, it says town warps. Yeah, so we're actually going to be having a town in this server. It's going to be kind of like a fifth part of it. It's going to consist of jobs, which are going to have mini games going on. You get paid for doing them. It's going to have a government, so once every so often, like a week or two, you'll be able to elect your new president or mayor or secretary of state. And there's going to be houses, yeah, a whole bunch of cool stuff inside this town. So, yep, the downstairs part is going to be the town warps area, and the first part of the town is a bank. So when you do upgrade to newbie, the first thing that you will unlock is a bank. So this isn't hooked up either. I can free willingly step on these. But so when you step on these, I want it to be able to where each player has their own 8x8 bedrock wall. So yeah, I'll be right back once I actually build those cases. Okie doke, guys, so we are here inside the 9x9 square. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Yep, the 9x9 by 3, I guess, rectangle shape. And this is what your bank space is going to be like. So you can see here, whenever you get your bank, it says welcome to your own personal bank. Features: fully customizable. You can change it however you want it to be like. Only you can access this room. And it's an empty 9x9 by 3 square. And another important feature: the pressure plate is your only way back. So this pressure plate here, it's not currently hooked up, but if it was, I would step on that and it would teleport me back to where I teleported from. So yeah. So I was messing around with some designs and the amount of chests that you can place in here, and you can fit just about, like, what was the number? like 5,000 stacks of items in here, which is a lot for a 9x9 area. And I was using the normal chests and the trap chests. So yeah, you can really do whatever you want with this. Now you might be thinking, how is it to where only you can access the chest? If it's where you're fully enclosed inside a bedrock square. Well, for now I'm just going to break out of here, and you might have seen it already. This is how it sorts everyone. This device I'm making right now is supposed to be able to sort 1,000 players. So this can hold up to 1,000 banks, which would be 1,000 of those miniature, well, not so miniature cubes or rectangles. So yeah, let me just show how this works. This is only half of it, by the way. So this can only sort 500 players. None of the commands are actually programmed into it right now. I'll do all of that later on when I'm not recording. But so what it is that when you teleport, you go into the central tube, which differentiates you between less than 500 and more than 500. When you log in, you are given like when you very first log into the server, you're given a bank number, and the number is anywhere from 1 to 1,000. So this tube separates you. If your number is less than 500, you go that way, and if your number is more than 500, you go that way. And then it keeps on sorting you. If you are less than 400, you keep on going down to 300, blah 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 blah, all the way there. But if you're more than 400, then you go down to where you can be less than 450 or more than 450. So if you are less than 450, you go into the tube that teleports you less than 425 and more than 425. So the less than 425 tube is going to be this one right here. There are 25 command blocks attached to this. So that gets everywhere from 400 to 425, and then this one more than 425. That's this next row. That gets everywhere from 425 to 450. So that's if you are less than 450. If you are more than 450, you go into the less than 475 or more than 475. Those two teleports will either teleport you here or there. And it's pretty much the same exact thing, just with different ID numbers. So your bank number is kind of like your barcode, if that makes sense. So whenever you log in, you are one out of however many people have currently been on the server. So that's how that works. You would just go down here, step on here, warp bank. It would take you through all the tubes starting with 500 and then periodically sorting you down until you reach your cubicle. And then what this command block thing down here is I'm trying to implement it to where, say you teleport to the bank from the jungle spawn. Then when you leave your teleport again, it will bring you back to the jungle spawn. But then if you go from the ice spawn, it will bring you back to the ice spawn. So I'll find a way how to do that down below it. But yeah, that's that. This was a really big challenge to try to figure out. I was sitting here for hours, just sitting here trying to think. First I tried to divide them into half, going 500, 250, 125, 62.5, 31, but that just threw me off so much, so I decided to go down by 100s and then halves and whatnot. So yeah, that's a really cool feature. That's going to be in the server. It's going to be really awesome once it's actually all done, and I can't wait. So I guess for the rest of this episode, I will probably finish up the downstairs portion of this. So I'm just gonna fast forward through it, have a little building montage with probably some smooth jazz going on in the background. Yeah, I'll be right back. Okay guys, so I am back, and man, was this building experience something not like anything other. So I was building, I was working on it, and then I realized, oh wait, my sense of symmetry is not that well. This whole diamond thing was like a few blocks off on where the points were. So when I came down here to begin working on these stairs up here, it was all off, and it wasn't lining up to be symmetrical. So that threw off here, which took a little while to do. But yeah. So it's finally done. Here's what it looks like. The shell or casing is pretty much done for the most part. One thing I do want to find out what to do is I was thinking about putting like a teleport orb or something here in the middle with the beacon block coming out of the top of it or in the bottom of it. I thought that would be pretty cool. And yeah, I still gotta find a whole bunch of town stuff to put in here. It'll most likely just be a whole bunch of warps. Like right there will be your bank. Maybe over here will be a warp to the mall, I guess. And yeah, so stuff like that. So down there is pretty much complete. And I was thinking about the command block design. And while I was gone, I was thinking, well wait a second, instead of having it teleport everyone with a score minimum of that, you could do teleport score bank minimum, score bank, same number, and that will only teleport you if you are that number. So that was really cool. That's an amazing breakthrough in what I have, and then from there it can just teleport you into, and then from there it can just teleport you to your place. But for now, I'm going to destroy all this because I only need 2 or 3 tubes now, or maybe even 1. I was looking at some stuff and I found out that you can fit like 984 command blocks on one tube, like attached to one tube from the bottom. With some redstone you can power 984 at once. So I'm going to go try that and see if it adds massive amount to the lurker. the what? The lurker? And I'll see if it adds massive amount of lag to the server when it powers, and if it does, I'll probably not use that design and stick to something like this. But if it doesn't add that much lag, then I will use that. So I'll be right back. I'm just gonna go. Okay guys, so this is the design that we have now. This right here, this simple tube, well mainly just this tube and this platform, will teleport, well we'll keep track of 200 players. So this will be the teleport station for 200 players to go to their banks. And back here is our massive array of banks. All of this space is that quadrant. So this can hold 50 people because this is a 5x5 square of command blocks, and if you power the block on top and you power the block on the bottom when you do that. So yeah, that's how that works. So this one right here, it says score bank minimum 1, score bank 1, and it teleports you. So that's only going to teleport you if you are that objective score. So you can see here, scoreboard player set octagon, or we'll set the score to octagon to 1. If I come over here, come on down into the town warps, and I go into the warp bank, you can see that when I step in here, it then teleports me into my personal bank account. And then so what can happen is I'll do something to customize this. I'll just say bank 1. Okay, so that's how we know that we've already been here. I don't have the return back yet because that is still a feature I'm going to be working on. But then say I set my bank score to, let's set it to 6. So then if I come back on up here and I come down here, step on it again, it will teleport me to 6. So I'll just write bank 6 down here, and I will leave once more. As you can see, I'm in a different quadrant, or a cubicle. Let's make me 10 this time. Okay, so now say I was the 10th person to get a bank. So I'll just come on down here, and I'd be in here, and I'll make it say bank 10. So with that in mind, if I was to become player 1 again, I could just come on down here and I should be teleported back into bank 1, which I was. You can see bank 1. If I was to become player number 6 again, I should be teleported into bank 6, which I was. And finally bank 10, I'll just come on back here once more, last time, and bank 10. So yeah, that is how that works. I'm really proud of how much simpler this has gotten. Now the only thing that this tube is here for is it says that if I'm between players 1 and player 200, I'm teleported to this quadrant. Now I will have another one probably right around here saying if I'm anywhere from 201 to 400, I'll be teleported to this tube. So it still tries to sort you out, but so much more compact now. So that's how that works. And yeah. So yeah, that pretty much sums it up for this episode. So we have completed, well, not completed, but pretty much fully comprehended. We just need to use all the command blocks and connect them up and whatnot of how the bank is going to work. We have the sorting system for the bank. The only thing we have left to do with the bank is find out a way to where whenever a new player joins, we give them their own number. I'll find a way to do that in a later episode. That's not too mandatory right now. Oops, forgot to patch that up. But as always, guys, I'm wow, what? As always, I'm Octavigon. Thanks for watching. This has been another episode of Let's Build a Vanilla Minecraft server. And if you liked, don't forget to leave a like. If you enjoyed and really want to see more of this, subscribe. And if you have any comments or ideas about this, go ahead and comment. Okay, see you guys later.